Shalom Akim. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, the Bahanas to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect. And I just want to go into this news article real quick entitled Bank of England considering launching a digital currency. Alright? So all roads lead to a new banking system, which a new banking system is ultimately going to be implemented, all right, through the RFID chip, which is the MOB. All right. So this is a short article, not too long. It says Britain's Treasury and the Bank of England are weighing the potential creation of a central bank digital currency, reports Bloomberg. The government and central bank on Monday announced the creation of a task force to coordinate on the possibility of Bank of England issued digital money for use by households and businesses. If approved, the digital currency would exist alongside cash and bank deposits, rather than replacing them, according to the statement. You know, in which we know Esau moves by way of gradualism. Okay? Actually, let's fuck it, I'll open up a new one. Let's look up this word gradualism. You know, because if they know if they automatically implement something, it's going to be chaos. You know, but they got to kind of like butter you up, all right, into coercing you really into coercing you into the new world order. Okay, so it says a policy of gradual reform rather than sudden change or revolution. You know, as the apostles over here at Great Millstone, they always go into of how a frog, if you gradually turn up the water on a frog, before the frog knows it, he's dead. But if you put him in a pot of hot boiling water, all right, he's gonna immediately react. Okay, and his devil is doing things to minimize the reaction, which the scriptures say, all right, that there shall be confusion in many places. There's going to be wars and rumors. There's going to be wars, sedition among men. So no matter what this devil tries to do, all right, the people are not going to be with it. As a matter of fact, in the book of 2nd Ezra 16, all right, let's grab that. 2nd Ezra 16. No, I always get those two mixed up. I believe it's 16. Not. Not regard kings. 2nd Ezra 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Okay? So here it is. People are already pissed off about, you know, the different cop killings of so-called blacks. And just the different injustices of how, you know, they're losing their jobs. They're losing, you know, particular loved ones, you know, and they're becoming very skeptical about trusting this devil. All right, you got a lot of people are still on the fence about taking this the pinch. All right, the worldwide pinch. Nevertheless, well, it just goes to show you, like I was just reading in the scriptures, that people are becoming a lot more skeptical, you know, of following these government rules because they know it's a bunch of BS. But it says, if approved, the digital currency would exist alongside cash and bank deposits rather than replacing them, according to the statement. If a digital currency operates alongside cash and checking accounts, then it is not a threat to privacy that an entire digital online currency would be. It would be more like a debt card with cash as an option, but it would be a slippery slope. That's correct. And I want to jump down to these comments. All right, which this is a pretty on point one. It says this guy, truth be told, I don't know if it's a guy or girl. Nevertheless, it says this is most likely why we have been hearing so much lately about Bitcoin again. So much so that it is tempting to dive into Bitcoin when it has far higher returns than any traditional investment. However, as you said, once fiat goes digital, they have full control. You know? And the scriptures say, a gift destroyeth the heart. So once it's devil-tized, you know, this new digital currency system with higher returns, a lot of people are going to go with it. You know? Nevertheless, it's all, you know, as the scriptures say, he speaks smooth words, but war was in his heart. Okay, it's all employed to have, as they said, full control. So what is the answer? Maybe try to make some gains using Bitcoin or Ethereum or Chainlink, and then at some point convert your gains back to cash, and then buy some PMs, like constitutional silver and or gold. Well, most likely be using silver dimes, quarters, and half dollars to buy centrals once the globalists pull the economic rug out from under the 99%. After all, we are not all self-sufficient farmers who grow our own food, you know. And when you go into the scriptures, this is ultimately going to be mandatory, right? This is the scripture that's on that. I mentioned it, but it's always good to read it. All right, Revelations 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. Okay, the beast is what? The beast going back into the Roman Empire. All right, so he had power to give life into the image of the beast, basically replicating the system of the ancient Roman Empire. This is why you have a Senate. This is why you have, you know, well, the majority go for what? The Democrats or the Republicans, which is the modern day plebeians and patricians. Okay, that's the image, that's the replica of ancient Rome. But it says that the image of the beast shall both speak and cause that as many, or actually Salakia, actually I should have started at 14, because the point I wanted to get into, that's how he always starts off, you know, with benefits and gifts. All right, but at the end, it's always death upon you if you don't go with his way of life. So it says, Revelations 13 and 14, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast which had they wound by a sword and did live. Okay, which the image is the ancient Roman system. Okay, that's the image, as I mentioned before, the ancient. All right, this basically them replicating the model, all right, or the system of the ancient Roman Empire. All right, by the means of those miracles which they had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell upon the earth, that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. Okay, so they own it to where they got everybody else, all right, placating to their, what I'm talking about there, I'm talking about America's modern Rome. All right, and now they have everybody else placating to their way of life. Okay, because everybody is going to be on that type of time, man. You know, the whole world, they're going to be on the digital. They're going to be on the digital currency. You know, let's believe they're going to use the ploy of it's safer, it's cleaner. You know, money has germs on it, all that BS. All right, but I wanted to just look up that word should. Okay, but it just says should make. So they only give me the etymology for make, not should. All right, so it says saying to them that the world on the earth that they should make, what's the word make rather, is poieo, meaning to make, to produce, construct, form, fashion. Okay, so he's constructing the world in a way, all right, in a way towards a digital oligarchy, really. All right, and he coerced them by the means of those miracles. All right. Oh, look what we can do to make life better for you. All right, as far as their technology, and things of that nature. Okay, to the beast which had a wound by a sword and did live. All right, that beast is the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire fell under Israel during around 300 AD. All right, and they came back into power. All right, this is what you have called the Renaissance, the new birth, the new beginning. All right, the rebirthing. All right, the Roman Empire under the same people, the Edomites. So it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast, as many as wasn't wooed by the miracles, all right, by the what's the word I'm looking for, you know, by the pros, should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. That mark is a physical implantation. The word mark goes into what? Charagma. All right, eventually it's going to go into a physical implantation, an imprinted mark. You know? And within that imprinted mark, when we go deeper into it, all right, what's the origin? Charagma is Charax. This is how, all right, eventually how, when they implement the RFID chip, how it's going to, you know, how it's going to be implemented. But then when we go into the origin of Charax, it goes into the word grapho. Because it's not only going to have to do with the money system, but it's going to have to do with life in general. All right, so where now, you know, to get to renew your license or something, you need 6 points of 6 points or whatever, to where you would need your social security or your birth certificate and the chip. That's all going to be in there, your medical records, all that. Okay, as a matter of fact, to this day and age over here in the States, they're implementing something called the Real ID, which for those who haven't renewed their license, or if they have in the past year, it's on the top of your license says not the Real ID. But if you go online to try to renew your ID, which, you know, I did mine last year, they were saying that by October 2021, the Real ID will be mandatory. And with the Real ID, it basically has all that information as far as your, they basically saying it'll make it easier to travel, you know, because your birth certificate and your passport and your social security, all that will be on that Real ID identification, you know, so all roads are leading to the RFID chip. All right, so now it says, see, if he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, okay, and that no man, I'll read out again, Revelations 13:17, and that no man might buy or sell, say, if he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay, so that's going to be the deciding factor to change everything. Okay, but again, underlying, going into the word graphos, which is going to encompass, you know, your whole life story in that RFID chip. Okay, so hey man, just hey, be aware. The scriptures say, let us not sleep as others. You know, so just something quick in the spirit. Lord willing, you I can edify. Shalom to the elect.